Punjabi Lions. Well, they started off as lions, then they became mice, and then it was too little too late, and they became sheer again. What happened? Anyway, we got cocky. We thought they were going to get into the final. We thought they were going to get undefeated. It didn't happen. So let's review IPL 2026 so far. Welcome back to Two Halves, Two Innings Cricket. This episode is sponsored by Synaptic. So if you want to elevate your game using special sports spectacles, then please do use the special code 2H2I20 for 20% off. Rohit, kidda yaar, theek hai?
Yeah, man, very disappointed with Punjab Kings. Very, very disappointed. I mean, we started with a bang, six out of six. I mean, 6 out of 7 because one was no result. And if you see that one rained off match actually costed. If you see the whole holistically, if we had got that win, we would have been like 16 points as well, a better run rate. So we could have been fourth. But I think losing their last 6 games on the trot. That killed us, man. I don't know what happened. Very well went
Yeah,
wrong
well,
for
I don't
Punjab
think you
Kings.
get, obviously in hindsight, it's that 1 point could have been the difference, but that was kind of early on in the season, wasn't it? As you
Very
said, they
early on.
lost
We were
6.
in form as
So,
well
you
that
can't.
time.
It's
Yeah.
different if it was the last game of the season. Then I think you can use that not as an excuse, as kind of bad luck or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think it was just after it's our fault. We jinxed them. We
Oh,
thought we were going to go
100%.
unsailing.
100%.
I think their social media account got a bit cocky as well. I think they were mocking someone's results as well, so they lacked a bit of humility. So I think overall, I think it's a lesson from, if you believe in a higher spirit, that it ain't over till it's over. So you got to keep your ankar, your ego in check, really. So
Yeah, they have themselves to blame, right? Everything was everything was going fine. They had nothing to lose in the, they could have just needed 1 win out of 6 games. We could have been through. I mean, I never seen a quick decline like this in my life in tournament histories. The team who's won the first 6 games and then lose the next 6 games. I mean, it's always been like 3 games here, 2 game losses, then to win two more games and then 1 loss or something. But to go like 6 losses on the trot, unprecedented. I've never seen
so
like
okay
this.
then. So let's break the season up. Really, is a little bit like our podcast, Two Halves, Two Innings. Really,
Yeah,
it was kind of two halves
2
to
halves, 2
the
innings. That's it.
and two innings to
Yeah.
the Kings 11 Punjab series. I mean season. Sorry. So first half was brilliant. So what worked well in the first half? Let's look at the positives. So the first 6 games, or 7 if you take the draw, no result. So what worked well?
I think it was batting mainly that time, right? We were scoring good runs. Our batting was clicking. Even batting was clicking later as well. I think it's that bowling. We probably not been tested in the first 6 games, as we got tested in the second one, because the second one we had so many. In the second innings, we bowled in the second half as well to defend the runs. We couldn't defend many runs. I think a bowling actually lacked the depth, lacked that cutting edge we needed to win the tournaments. They always say, like in football, defense wins you the league. The bowling wins you the titles. You need to get the other team out or not let them score that many runs. I mean, unfortunately, we just couldn't control our bowling. We were all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the shocking is Arshdeep. I mean, he's a shadow of himself. I mean, what's happened? Is it the tactics, the captaincy, how he's been managed by Ponting and Shreyas? What do you think it is?
I think in some of the last games he bowled pretty well. I think he was back in form as well. But I think his whole is, again, I'm not gonna say. I'm just saying what I'm hearing and watching on Twitter as well. I don't know what the rumors are. He's been quite inconsistent throughout the tournament. He's not been like, okay. Even Bumrah as well. If you see Bumrah's been very consistent. Bumrah has been the poorest bowler in this Premier
He
League.
didn't play yesterday. Was he injured or
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't
the
watching
last
it
game?
because
Sorry.
I knew MI gonna lose it, so there's no point. I was like, oh. it's not the old MI, right? You can rely
Yeah,
on to say they can beat RR were too strong yesterday as well. So and MI were just like very poor, even worse than the last season. But anyway, we're talking about Punjab. I think his all his off the pitch antics, Arshdeep's like saying something to Tilak Verma, mocking him of his skin color, and then mocking Priyesh Arya as well of his like his like dental things, the structure. It was funny. He was actually trolled online on Twitter. He said, "What the hell he's doing?" So I don't know. See, that's the thing. Is the focus probably wasn't there in the second half of the season. I think they probably thought they got really. I'm not gonna say arrogance. They probably got complacent and thought, oh, we won the 6 games. We're gonna easily make top four. And then they took their foot off the gas and then say, okay, we can play easy and then win it. Maybe that's my assumption. But
so what's the difference between the
of
two, Rohit?
what about what?
Arrogance and complacence.
See, arrogance
Complacency.
and complacency, right? Arrogance is where you think like you are the best, right? And then
Mm,
no one, you basically disrespect other people. Say, oh, you are
mm,
not good enough. That's in my view definition of arrogance. There is a good arrogance, bad arrogance. Complacency
mm.
is that okay, we don't need to work harder, we don't need to work extra. We can work 1 hour a day, and then we can say we from that 1 hour we can take an outcome of 100%. That doesn't happen. You have to work hard.
Yeah,
It's like that's my definition of complacency, that
yeah,
you don't
brilliant.
work
Yeah,
hard
yeah,
enough. You think you know what you know and you just take your foot off the gas. With the arrogance is like you don't care about others. You just say I'm the best, even though the best people are the ones who think their best is yet to come. They
yeah.
thought the best is already there. We are the best. We're gonna win it this year. So that's what for me in my definition.
No, brilliant, brilliant. I mean, so okay, if you take the players, I mean, I'll come to players in a moment, or Shreyas actually in particular. But what about Ricky Ponting? I don't know. This is a guy, who's been at the peak of his career when he was in the Australian side as a captain, a player, and he has seen so much changes. He's fought battles. Were you surprised that with him and Shreyas that they weren't able to turn it around?
Yeah, I was surprised, but again, Ponting as a coach hasn't won anything yet.
Yeah.
So again, it's like, um, but then I think Iyer as well. Like, obviously we don't know. We're just talking from outside the outside the group, so we don't know what
Mm,
happened. To be honest, where we let it off. If the players were going complacent or arrogant, it was their role as a captain and a coach to or whole coaching staff to bring them back to the
yeah.
ground and say, guys, let's work hard, keep working hard. Maybe they were doing it, it wasn't just materializing. Maybe the pitches or the timing were wrong. I want to add something. My friend, I want to give a shout out to him. He said the last time Punjab lost, I mean, he reads about astrology, right? He's not an astrologer. He just has interest in it. He said 25th of April, something changed, right? Moon changed his position or something. Something happened. Since then, we started losing. And he said Punjab will win after 18th of May. And then Punjab won the last game. So he said that. He said this is a moon change. And it's going to happen for a month. And maybe how Shreyas Iyer is born, I don't know what his Rashi is, his moon sign, his sun sign is, and Ponting as well. That shows. That he told me about Arsenal as well. He said, look, Odegaard is Sagittarius and Mikhail's March born. He's Aries. So that's their sign, the thing. So everything will fall in its place. That's what you call luck. That stars are there
Well,
for you to
well,
take.
it's not luck,
Yeah.
is it? It's their deeds of their past life and this life as well, isn't it? So,
No, we talk about the nakshatra. We talk about the signs that things can change. That everything will fall in its place. So sometime you get a red card. Sometimes you don't get a red card. Sometimes the white is
yeah.
given. Sometimes white is not given the same ball. So that's what it is. Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
yeah.
I mean, but I think it puts to bed that there were calls from maybe one of us, I think, or maybe all of us, that Shreyas should be T20 captain for India, replace um, Sky, and then obviously there's the anti Gambhir parade as well, and there's talk about Ponting should potentially be the next India coach. I mean, I
No.
think for me that lays them things to rest, doesn't it?
Yes. I do believe. I think you do need someone calm head, right, as a captain. maybe he wasn't the calm head. Maybe there is something there, right? And then our fielding as well. I want to add on to that. Our fielding atrocious. I can't
Shocking.
believe how many catches we dropped. It was atrocious. It was
But do you
so
think the
bad.
general fielding was quite has been quite
Poor,
poor so
very
far in
poor. I
IPL?
mean, the whole fielding in the last 6 games we lost, right? It was
No, but
poor.
even generally though, Vire, even
That's what
like
I'm saying.
across the
Generally, yeah,
IPL, no,
yeah,
not
yeah,
just
yeah,
Punjab,
yeah,
generally. Like
yeah. Generally, I'm
yesterday,
saying,
so in
yeah,
the Mumbai and Rajasthan, there were
yeah,
like drop catches and everything.
yeah.
You know,
It
it's
was
just
very
well,
poor.
what you. I
Very.
mean, obviously, I know it's easy for us to say we sat down, but you know, what looked like regulation catches, which people of this, that stature, that skill set,
Yeah,
should be. This is bread and butter.
yeah. It should
Mm.
have been easy, but yeah, there a lot of things didn't go our way
Yeah, and
actually.
and and the thing for me with Iyer is that, or with any captain, is that it's. I think like with anything in life, we discuss this in our various leadership roles. You find out more about an individual when your backs are against the wall. When things are going well, it's easy to ride on that crescent. It's when things are when you're in a low point that you see the characteristics of an individual and how they can kind of build, in this case, a team together to overcome that. So I think it showed possibly to me some qualities that he probably doesn't have at the moment. That doesn't mean he's not going to have in future, but going on this IPL season for Punjab, it's he didn't shine as brightly in the second half as the first half, basically.
Yeah, but I think, yeah, I think for India team, Shubman will be the three former
Yeah.
captain. I think Shubman will be the. I think the way he captained Gujarat Titans, they didn't start well, and then he brought them back in, batting well as well, captaining
Mm.
well, and he's using his bowlers pretty well as well, because they have the best bowling lineup. I think with Rashid Khan, Karabada, and Siraj all in form, and Krishna as well. So he's been bowling pretty well as well. So yeah, so it'll be interesting. RCB versus GT tomorrow. What's your prediction then, Amit? What do you think?
I've got a
Who's
feeling
gonna
that
reach
Shubman's
the
going to win.
finals? Yeah,
I think Shubman's going to win, as in
Shubman. Oh, you
overall.
think?
I
Oh,
think, yeah.
oh,
I
okay.
mean, for him, it'd be a good redemption because obviously he wasn't part of rightly so, he wasn't part of the T20 team. And so, he's got himself back in form and he's obviously, as you said, showing, his captaincy skills. He's been able to turn around a poor start to a good finish. So I've got a feeling. I mean, at the end of the day, the reality is that, our Punjab's not in there, so it doesn't really matter. But I suppose I think it'd be nice for Shubman to win. If not, then I'll go for my Kohli to win another one.
So who do you think will be the final? Who in final teams?
So let me just remind myself.
So
So
there's
it is
RCB, GT,
RCB.
Sunriser, and Rajasthan.
Yeah, I mean they're all tight games, aren't they? They're very difficult to call.
Hmm.
I,
So if you,
I think,
hmm,
yeah. I mean, I'm going for Gujarat to win the first game,
hmm,
so they'll go straight into the final.
hmm.
Sunrise with the Rajasthan. I mean, I thought Rajasthan they weren't brilliant yet against Mumbai. I think Mumbai let it slip with some kind of erratic shots. There was one point when I thought they could probably do it when was it when Verma and Sky were in the middle.
No, it
Um,
was I think it was Jack and uh, yeah, Hardik and Surya as well. I think
oh
they were
yeah, that
playing.
was it. Sorry,
Anyway,
yeah, Hardik.
yeah,
Sorry, yeah,
yeah,
Hardik and Sky. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I thought, they could turn, they could make a contest of it, and especially when you consider, like, they didn't. Bumrah wasn't playing yesterday, and
Mm.
they got Suryavanshi out very quickly. I think he made about three or something, didn't he? So it's a tough one to call. Abhishek versus Suryavanshi batting wise, that's quite exciting.
Exciting, yeah,
Could it be the next opening partnership for India in the T20?
true, true,
There's been many calls from many ex-pros, non-Indian, who are saying that Suryavanshi is the most talented striker of the ball they've seen. And this is someone who's 15.
yeah,
So Michael Vaughan, Kevin Peterson, they've all said that, and many others
yeah.
as well. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I mean, it should make it exciting. I'm looking forward to the final.
So who
So
do you think
anyway,
will be the
answer your
final? Yeah,
question.
yeah.
I'm going for Gujarat versus RCB final.
Ooh, okay, okay. Yeah,
You?
I think that's those gonna be two final as well, two teams in the
Yeah,
final, and I think RCB gonna win it, retain it.
be good.
Yeah, RCB been pretty good, and
Mm.
and their bowling is pretty good as well. So I
Mm,
think it'll be RCB versus Gujarat in the final as well. The first qualifier they'll be repeated, and RCB gonna win it. I think.
okay. Good.
Let's see.
And kind of quickly back to Punjab then, Rohit. So, who's been the standout performer for you, if anyone,
I
over
think
the season?
I think it's been Connolly and Prabh Simran basically. Those two have
Yeah,
been outstanding performers throughout the season this year. Connolly has been his first season; it's been brilliant, and Prabh Simran has been scoring good runs. And I know Shreyas scored 100 last game, but it was like the pressure was off anyway. There
bit
was
too
no
late.
pressure. Yeah, it was too late. He should have just done it before. But yeah, for me, Prabh Simran and Connolly were the outstanding
And
players.
if you part of the management team, as in the ownership team, sorry, would you keep Ponting
Yeah, I'll give
and
them another
Shreyas?
year. I'll give them another
Yeah,
year,
because
100%. I'll
there's
give
gonna be
them
a lot
another
of
year.
changes,
Yeah,
isn't there?
yeah,
It appears that
yeah.
they're saying Hardik will probably be sacked. They're
Mm,
saying Rishabh Pant's going to get sacked.
yeah.
They're saying
Next year, you never know. Mumbai may bid for
yeah.
Iyer because he's a Mumbai car. He's a
Oh,
Mumbai
is he?
boy. So yeah, so they may bid for Iyer to be the captain because if they want to get rid of Hardik. So you never know.
Yeah.
It could be some
But I
changes
think they're
coming
saying
up.
maybe
Yeah,
just see Bumrah was
yeah,
get the captaincy.
yeah. Let's see. But
Mhm.
but unfortunately, pretty lame season this year for PBKS. We started with yeah, it's like we started with the boom and then we went down with the gloom.
Yeah, it's true.
So
It's like we got the lead too quickly.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
We started enjoying
Daru.
paranthe too much. Yeah,
Yeah, then Daru jaldi chad gayi, and then and then फिर नशा उतर गया, and then 10 baad फिर वो टल्ली.
yeah.
Too late.
That's it. That's it.
Oh well, so a depressing podcast from us Punjabis, but oh well, you get what you deserve, and rightly so. Unfortunately, we just didn't deserve to make it into the playoffs, but I'm sure there'll be some exciting games coming up, and we look forward to seeing who's going to be crowned champion this time next week. Please do like, subscribe, and follow. We'd like to hear your thoughts on Punjab season. Would you change anything, and who your tip for the title is now? With only 4 teams left. Until the next time, take care